Is it easy to home educate? Complex question. Do the pros outweigh the cons? Yes. But as with all things, there's still cons to consider. It's easier now to home educate than it used to be. There's a huge, growing and supportive community, groups and regular meetups. And a lot of places like museums and zoos do discounts to home educators too, or will host home education days. But obviously, as with all things in life, home education, whether you unschool or you follow the curriculum, takes time, commitment and effort. Finding resources, activities and events also takes time to organise. Any day trips you go on take time to organise. Some days can be spent travelling group to group, workshop to activity, and that takes time, effort, planning, but also costs money and fuel too. It can get exhausting keeping up with their busy social schedules. And let's not forget, when you home educate, that financial cost falls to you. And yes, it's possible to do it on a budget. I do myself. I have a very limited and very tight budget, yet I do manage to home educate. So it is possible, but it doesn't exactly make it easy. And you also face a lot of criticism and judgment from members of the public when they find out you home educate. And sometimes that criticism comes from family and friends. And that is because we're all so conditioned to consider education as only taking place in a school sat behind a desk. You get a limited amount of downtime, and I tend to find that my downtime is taken up with my own university studies or talking to other home educators. And I'll even find myself sitting there scrolling through my phone looking at different resources and different events that I'd like to go to. So even in my downtime, I don't truly switch off. It's a lifestyle. It's not 9 to 3. And it's not even just a couple of hours in the evening that you set aside. It is 24/7 when you home educate. It's rewarding, but it is time consuming. It requires commitment, and it can be a difficult transition to make, which is why you find most home educators recommend deschooling, because deschooling does help with that transition period. Any questions, pop them in the comments below and I will do my best to answer them. As with all things in life, home education has its own challenges and its own rewards. And you will find that if you do decide to embark on this journey yourself.